Welcome all of you in online lecture series of software engineering and project management. So now today's lecture topic is requirement analysis. Okay, the topic is from the second unit and it also referred as a requirement engineering. Okay, so whenever we will start the development of any software, that time the first phase or the initial stage of designing any software is to analysis of the requirements. Okay, so when the users or the clients will give the requirement, and after that analyzing that particular requirements, the actual development process is started. So the initial phase is to get the requirement from the user. Okay, so in order to design any software without any bugs or errors, we need to analyze this requirement in details. Okay, so in this lecture we are going to study how these requirements are analyzed, and what are the procedures or the standards we have to apply to analyze the requirements. So let's start with the today's lecture. So first we will discuss about the what is the need of actual the requirement engineering. Okay, so what is actual need? To better understand the problem and the nature of problem. Okay, so when any users give his requirement, uh, he gives the requirement depends on his problem. Okay, so we will use the requirement engineering to better understand the user problem, and also it is used to understand the nature of problem. Okay, then it includes what the set of task, that is leads to understanding what will be the business impact of the software. Okay, so requirement engineering is consist of what? Set of task. Okay, it consists of what? Set of task, and that task are used for what purpose? That will first be used to see the business impact of the software. Okay, so whenever we want to design a new kind of software, that software first we will view in point of business. So whatever the business impact of that software have to be analyzed. Okay, the second one, what customer wants exactly. Hmm? What is actual need of customer, or what is actual customer's problem, and for that problem we are implementing any software. So when we get the requirement from user, that time we have to what? Use this set of tasks to understand the what actually customer needs. Okay, and then how end user interact with the system. Okay, the set of task is also used to identify that how the user interact with system. Users means those peoples who actually work or who actually use that system. Okay, so how how the point of view of the customer towards the software, that have to be analyzed in the initial stage. So that is also the task of requirement engineering. Okay, so the requirement engineering is what? It is a set of tasks, that is used for what purpose? To understand what the business impact of software, then what is the actual requirement of customer, then how the end user interact with the system. Now the requirement engineering is carried out with the help of different tasks. So let us see what are the tasks involved in the requirement engineering. So there are many number of tasks. So the first task is what? Inception. Okay, the first task is inception. Inception means what? It is the actual initial phase or the beginning phase of your software development. So in this phase, the requirements are enter into the development process. So that's why the name is given as a inception. Inception means inward of your requirements. So that is what the beginning phase of software development. Then a second phase is elicitation. Okay, elicitation means whenever we get the requirement from user, we have to analyze these requirements in detail. So that work will be carried out in the elicitation process. Okay, so elicitation means it is what the detailed study on the given requirements. Then third phase of the requirement engineering is elaboration. Okay, so elaboration means what? After analyzing all the requirements in the elicitation phase, the actual development on that particular requirements is to be done in the elaboration phase. Okay, so elaboration phase is uh, in elaboration phase we will actual perform a development of the software. After that, next phase of requirement engineering is negotiation. Okay, negotiation means here you will actually uh, decides the cost of your final project. So negotiation means it is demand for more. The next phase in the requirement engineering is a specification. Okay, specification means what? It is final software product includes written documents, prototype, etc. Whenever we completed the development process and before deploying that particular software to the client, we have to create a documentation. As we already studied in the previous lecture, the documentation consists of either the user manual, then a tester manual, or remaining other documentation that will be that work will be carried out in the specification process. Okay, so specification is what the final software product includes the written documentation, prototype. Okay, then the validation. Here it is the phase of requirement engineering where the actual testing of the software is to be done. Okay, so the tester team that is working on that particular software that will be test your product. And last final phase of the requirement engineering is requirement managements. Okay, all the requirements that is provided by the clients have to be managed in the sequential way, so that whenever the final product is to be created, all the requirements must have to be implemented inside the products. Now all these tasks are sequentially carried out. As shown in this figure, you will see all the tasks are sequentially carried out. Means initially we have to pass through inception phase, okay, where the user requirements are carried out. After that, elicitation, whatever the requirements are given by the user, on that we have to perform the analysis in the elicitation process. Then after that, elaboration. Okay, whatever the requirement we have analyzed, according to that we have to perform a development, okay, in the elaboration phase. After that, negotiation. Okay, negotiation, here the it is related to the your final project cost. Then specification. In the specification phase you need to create a documentation. Documentation maybe consist of your user manual, okay, developer manual, or other manuals. Then validation. In the validation phase we need to perform a testing of the product. Okay, and then requirement management. Here the requirement management phase consists of the management of all the requirements of user and the cross checking whether all the requirements are whether implemented in your product or not. Okay, now we will study all these phases in detail. Okay, so the initial phase of the requirement engineering is inception. Now the inception, as we studied that it is the initial phase. Okay, it is initial phase in the software development. So for this phase we will say that the well beginning is the half done. Okay, so as the inception process is the starting phase in the software development, so whenever we start with a good thoughts, okay, and well beginning, that time we also say that the well beginning is the half done. Means if we start with the well beginning, then our half work is automatically done. Okay, so that is what the initial phase. During the inception, the requirement engineer asks a set of questions to understand these uh, points. Okay, now in inception process, okay, inception process means inward of your all requirements from the users. So in this phase, the engineer asks a set of questions. Okay, the engineer asks number of questions to the clients or to the users, so that it will get better understanding of the requirements. Okay, so what are the question he asked, and what is the aim of asking the question? So after asking question, a basic understanding of problem. Okay, so by using questions, he will understand the actual problem in the given by the user. Okay, next one, the people who want a solution. Which people actually the want the solution from the given software. Okay, then the nature of solution that is desired, which types of solution actually the user requires, so that is also analyzed uh, in this communication. After that, the communication and collaboration between the customer and the developer. So actual aim of asking a question, different question to the clients, is to make the better communication in between the what the client and the developer, or customer and the developer. So whenever the well communication is done between the customer and the developer, then it is easy to understand the actual requirements of the clients. Okay, now through these questions the requirements engineer needs to through this question the requirement engineer needs to identify the stakeholders. Okay, recognize the multiple viewpoints, work towards the collaboration. Okay, so aim of this question is to identify the stakeholders. Stakeholders means those people who actually work on the software process, or those people who are actually using the software. So all these peoples means these stakeholders. Hmm. So stakeholders consist of developer, tester, okay, then users, then management, okay, then reviewer teams. So all these peoples are involved, or will be referred as stakeholders. So the aim of asking the question to the customer is to identify the stakeholders, means which types of people we actually required for the particular project, that will be identified by asking the questions to the customer. Okay, then recognition of the multiple viewpoints, then work towards collaboration. So these are the points that we are getting after asking the question to the clients or the customer. Now the next phase is elicitation. Okay, so in elicitation phase, we will actually analyze the requirements given by the user in detail. Okay, so the elicitation is what it is, to draw out the truth or reply from anybody. This term is also referred as a draw out the truth or reply from anybody, means actual truth solution for the problem, that is in the elicitation. Then understanding of objective of the system is difficult. Okay, uh, those system who are difficult to design, then for such types of system we have to understand the objectives of particular system in the elicitation phase. Then elicitation requirements is difficult because a problem of scope in identifying the boundaries of the system. Okay, why the elicitation it is difficult? Because we cannot identify the boundaries of your software. Boundaries means what? uh, Suppose if you want to design any software, that time we cannot say that that software is limited to that particular users, or that software is only available in a particular area. So whenever such a types of boundaries are there, that time it is difficult. Okay, so that time it is difficult to get the requirement analysis. So that's why the elicitation requirement is what? Difficult whenever there is a boundaries issues are there in the software development. Then it is also difficult when the problem of understanding, okay, understanding the problem statement by the customer and developer. Elicitation is difficult whenever the user or the client and the developer understanding the problem, okay, is to be difficult. Then problem of volatility, because the requirement changes over the time. The next phase in the requirement engineering is the elaboration. Okay, it is a task in the requirement engineering, and in this task we actually perform a development process of your software. So it consists of work out in detail. Okay, so in detail we have to work out, as we have to design that software. Then information gather is elaborated or expanded to develop a technical model. Okay, then technical model includes what? The function, features and constraints. So before starting the development process, we have to generate a technical model. Okay, technical model means it is a virtual model that is used to design a software. So whatever the our software performing any functions, that we have to virtually first create the model. Okay, and the models that we have implemented, uh, that consist of the functions, features and the constraint that we are using for the software development. Okay, then the end result is information, function and behavior domain. Whatever the result comes from this model, that is what the information, function and behavioral domain. Next task in the requirement engineering is the negotiation. So in negotiation task, we will finalize the project cost, as we have already discussed. So whenever we decide the cost of the project, that time we have to consider the different points in mind. So what are these points? So during the negotiation, the software engineer conflict between what the customer want and what can be achieved given limited business resources. Okay, so whenever we have to finalize the cost, that time uh, software engineer get conflicts in between either what the customer actually wants and what business resources that have to be used in the software. So these points are to rank the requirements. Okay, so whenever we will reduce the cost, the ranking issue is there. Okay, and then to decide the priorities, here the as the cost of the project is lower, that time it is difficult to decide the priorities. Okay, to decide the risk. So risk factor is to be depends on your project cost also. And then to finalize the project cost, the impact of above issues on the project cost and the timing of deployment is to be done. The deployment timing is also depends on your project cost. Okay, if you reduce the project cost, then the deployment time may be increased, or if you increase the project cost, then the deployment time is get reduced. So that is the inversely proportional to the project cost. Now the next task in the requirement engineering, that is a specification. So the in specification phase we have to prepare a documentation. Documentation may be either written documents, okay, graphical model, then formal mathematical model, collection of scenarios, prototype, or the combination of above these factors. So a specification is the final work product produced by the requirement engineer. Specification is the final work product, okay, and that consists of written document, graphical model, formal mathematical model, collection of scenarios, prototyping, or the combination of any one. Okay, it serves as a foundation of subsequent software engineering activities. Okay, so that will provides the all the basic information regarding the software. So it serves as a foundation of the subsequent software engineer activities. It describes the function and performance of the computer based system. Okay, it describes what the function and performance of computer based system and the constraints that will govern its development. A next task in the requirement engineering is the validation. Okay, as we already discussed, the validation task means what? It is actual testing part is there. Whatever the software designed in the previous phases, that have to be tested here. Okay, so in testing we will perform either the module testing or the whole system testing. So during the validation, the work product produced as a result of requirement. Okay, so during validation, what the work product produced as a result of requirement engineering are accessed for the quality. So here we will focus on the quality factor. To increase the quality, we have to give the focus. Okay, the specification is examined to ensure that all the software requirements have been stated clearly. Okay, as we already discussed that if we completed the software development, that time in validation we have to also check either all the requirements by the user is implemented or not implemented. So all software requirements have been stated clearly, then inconsistencies, omissions and the errors have been detected and corrected. Whatever the errors, bugs that have been corrected or removed, that that also is checked in the valid. Then last task in the requirement engineering, that is requirement managements. Okay, so in requirement management, whatever the requirements given by the user how to be managed or how to be arranged in a particular sequence. So uh, all requirements we will implement in the software correctly. And also we have to keep a track. We have to keep a track in a different interval in the development process for checking whether all the requirements have to be implemented. Okay, so during the requirement management, the project team performs a set of activities. Different set of activities have to be performed by the development team to identify what the control and track requirement and changes to the requirements at any time as the project proceed. Okay, then each requirement is assigned with a unique identifier. So whenever we will get the all requirements, each requirement is to be uh, provided with the identifier. So all requirements are assigned with what? A unique identifier. The requirements are then placed into one or more traceability tables. So the traceability table is to be drawn whether to check either all requirements are correctly implemented or not implemented, which requirements is to be uh, incomplete or complete, that all we are getting the information regarding all requirements from the traceability table. So there are many types of traceability tables are available, like features traceability table, source traceability tables, dependencies traceability table, subsystem traceability tables, interface traceability tables. Okay, so the main aim of the traceability tables is to check or to get the current status of all requirements that have to be implemented in our project. Okay, so the status of these requirements we will get from the traceability table while our project is going on. Okay, so this all about what? The requirement engineering task. All these tasks we have to perform whenever we have to analyze the requirements. So for this lecture we will stop here, and if you have any doubts, so you can personally ask me. And if you like this video, so please provide a like, and also subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed till, so you will get notification whenever the new lectures will be published. So okay, thank you so much.